All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please take your seats. Our program will begin shortly. Please take your seats. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. We're ready to begin. All right, good evening. Please take your seats. We're ready to start. We have a lot of great awards to hand out tonight and a great dinner ahead of us. All right, thank you so much. Thank you. Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the annual Marine Corps Installations and Logistics Awards Dinner. I'm retired Master Sergeant Preston Mitchell, Director of Foundation Programs, and it's my pleasure to be with you this evening as we continue our mission of advancing leadership and rewarding excellence. And we certainly have some excellence here tonight. Our color guard comes from the oldest post of the Corps, Marine Barracks, Washington, D.C., and is led by the 43rd Color Sergeant of the Marine Corps, Sergeant Jean-Pierre Saint-Surin. Our musical support is provided by the Quantico Marine Band under the direction of Gunnery Sergeant Eric Potter. Established in 1918, the Quantico Marine Band is one of the oldest professional musical ensembles in the Marine Corps. Now that you're seated, please rise for the presentation of the colors, our national anthem, and the retirement of the colors, and remain standing for the playing of the Marines' hymn. Please join me in thanking the band and the color guard for their outstanding support. Thank you. Please be seated. Please direct your attention to the screens for a brief video presentation.
The Marine Corps Association is the professional association of the United States Marine Corps. Founded over 100 years ago by General John A. Lejeune, who, along with a group of like-minded Marines, saw the need for an association whose mission was the betterment and improvement of the Corps through professional development, the recognition of excellence, and by expanding awareness of the rich traditions and history of the world's finest fighting force.
The MCA is a member-based organization comprised of tens of thousands of active duty, reserve, and veteran Marines, and together with our donors and industry partners, we provide a variety of resources to assist in the education and growth of those in the profession of arms. Our Total Force membership program provides premium memberships to all serving active and reserve Marines at no cost to the individual.
The Marine Corps Gazette and Leatherneck, Magazine of the Marines, are the flagship publications of the Marine Corps Association. The MCA first published the Marine Corps Gazette in 1916 as the Corps' professional journal for sharing ideas and professional discussion. Today's contributors include Marines of all ranks from across the force, discussing topics relevant to all elements of the MAGTAF, as well as leadership, innovation, and modernization. In its over 100 years in print, Leatherneck Magazine has shared the stories of Marines and friends of Marines in every clime and place, from personal accounts of historic battles to today's deployments.
To develop professional excellence in all Marines and the Marine Corps community, the Marine Corps Association provides a wide range of resources, including battle study packages, authoritative references, MCA films, podcasts, and decision-making exercises.
We also support commanders across the force with professional dinners, spouse summits, and professional leaders conferences. Through these programs, we provide Marines and spouses with tools and knowledge, as well as opportunities to hear from military, academic, and industry subject matter experts to challenge and inform their thinking. The association also partners with the Marine Corps to recognize the achievements of thousands of Marines each year.
High-performing Marines in various occupational fields are recognized by their communities, deputy commandants, and commanding generals at annual awards dinners. Honor graduates receive awards provided by the MCA at institutions ranging from the recruit depots to top-level PME schools.
Since 2015, the MCA has co-hosted the Modern Day Marine Military Exposition to provide the Corps' leadership an annual venue to engage with Congress, industry, the media, and Marines. The bookstore is MCA's new online destination for professional military reading and Marine Corps heritage, connecting Marines, families, and supporters with trusted books, lifestyle apparel, commemorative gifts, and birthday ball supplies that educate, inspire, celebrate tradition, and preserve the intellectual, cultural, and historical legacy of the Corps. For over a century, it has been the privilege of the Marine Corps Association to support the professional development of Marines on and off the battlefield, and we look forward to continuing to serve our fellow Leathernecks in every clime and place in the future. Semper Fidelis.
Thanks, Preston. And then there was silence. What a spectacular evening. And I always lead off this way because, each and every dinner that we do is, of the 37 that we do throughout, well, we do 17 dinners, 37 events. I always tell the DCs that theirs is the very best dinner. That they are the most handsomest in the room and the tallest. And tonight I can't do that. But truly, I am honored that, and I was just telling General Skolenka that, I'm so honored to be up here to still be able to welcome back this tribe. This is like a reunion every year. To see Marines, civilians that we have served with throughout our career as young men and women, now old men and women with a lot of hair. I'll tell you, it's heartwarming, and to see, more importantly, how those young Marines that today fill the general officer ranks, the sergeant major ranks, and to see where they were and how I could have really messed up their career and where they are today, to show you how well they did. Really, truly, it just warms my heart. So thank you for allowing me tonight to be here back with you. We're here to recognize, and one last bit of just, to really mark this as a special event. Tonight we're going to have none other than a social media god up here emceeing. It's a rare thing because most of the times in the Marine Corps you really don't see CW5s at all. But that's rare, number one. Number two is that you don't see them in uniform. And number three is that he's actually doing something other than posting pictures of himself. So to Jason, CW05, Jason Pierce, where are you, Jason? Stand up. Right there, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. All of you just know him because all you see is this, You see that face, and he looks like he's 20 years old, but he's like 45, and he's this. So Jason, CW5, Pierce, thank you so much for honoring us with your presence tonight. We'll hear from you a little bit later on tonight. So thank you. We're here tonight really to celebrate the best of the best in our community, the installations and logistics community. And we are honored to present them and recognize them for their professional excellence. That'll come out a little bit later in the evening, exactly what they have done to earn the coveted awards that you see up here. Tonight will be 11 awards, but there are more than 4,200 awards that we will give out this year, from our boot camps all the way to tonight's events to our coveted Leftwich Trophy at the Ground Award later on in the year when the Commandant will be here to award that award. And we're truly honored and to be able, as an association, to continue to give those awards out. Before I start down the who's who in the zoo, let me just welcome and thank my team, as I always do. Master Sergeant Preston, who has to herd the cats tonight. He was on stage. Preston Mitchell, where are you, sir? I know you're back there. He's our timekeeper. None other than Leanne Mitchell, the thankless job of having to pull this together. Half the time I'm always nervous because I forget to mention her, but she knows how much I care and love her. So Leanne, thank you so much for all that you do to pull this team together. I know that Colonel Tim Mundy, I know that Colonel Tim Mundy's here. Tim, our VP of our foundation. Lieutenant Colonel Michael Armistead, he does everything that everybody else doesn't. So Michael, I know you're back there somewhere. Sir, thank you for that. We have 350 guests tonight. Steve, last year we had 450. I don't know, maybe it was Ted, maybe or whoever it was, but you can't draw him as much as he can, so thank you. But the good thing is that I only have to pay for 350 and not 450, so that's always good. And for those of you in the back there, raise your hands that you have those yellow cards on your desk that are that just say chicken. There you go. Good job. You guys signed up late, and so while the rest of us are eating rib, yeah, you too, brother. You were my XO, and you were always late, so you deserve chicken. But John, welcome, brother. But yeah, we're sorry, but we couldn't get the order in time. That's good logistics, so you get chicken, you don't get ribs. So apologies. But again, and thanks to our color guard and the 19 Piece Ensemble from the Quantico to be out here. It's just another round of applause for them, please. Tonight I do have the honor of co-hosting this event with a good friend of mine, Lieutenant General Steve Skolenka. Like most of us, we've grown up together in the Marine Corps. We've seen each other, we've bounced off each other somewhere in our career. I've always looked over at his side of the fence line to just see what a fantastic individual, what a fantastic Marine logistician, but more important, what a strategic individual that he is. And I've known Steve for a while, and I will tell you that all the praises that he receives around the Marine Corps and outside of the Marine Corps in the joint community, and if you look at his bio, you'll know exactly where he's been. The jobs that he's held, we just don't give those to anybody. And I would think the most challenging ones that he had were in the priority theater of operations in Indo-PACOM, leading that team there. Truly just really speaks volumes about who this Marine is. And so, Steve, thank you for being here. Thank you for co-hosting with me tonight. Truly, it's been an honor of mine to be associated with you, so thank you. Round of applause for him. When we were deciding on who to invite as our guest speaker tonight, our guest of honor, I threw out the list and, the standard list. And of course, Steve said, no, 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 no. He says, I've got somebody. And he said, I got this guy, and he knows a little bit about everything, and he's going to knock the socks off of you tonight. And truly, if you know this individual, you know that he could knock the socks off of you. 10 years in the NFL, 5 years collegiate level, a family tradition of sports, rugby, football, you name it. Retired from that, went in, started youth programs at Youth Risk, and then got into missile defense. I'm not sure who rung your bell, Ricky, but somebody must have done it, and they did it in the right way. I don't know who it was, but for those of you like me who grew up watching 49ers football, watching Riki Ellison play out there, it is truly an honor to have him here with us tonight. So, sir, we're honored to have you here. Really look forward to your words tonight, and Steve will do a much better job of introducing you than I ever will be. Thank you. Joining us at the head table, in addition to Steve and Ricky there, we have Mr. Ryan James from B2X, sir. Thank you so much. Sergeant Major Fortner, all of us know you, love you. Thank you so much for being here. A board member, but more importantly, a mentor, so thank you for that. Colonel Tom Mannion, sir, thank you for what you do. And Ryan Mannion, the CEO of the Travis Mannion Foundation, thank you for continuing to support our wounded warriors and all of those of us who are in need. So thank you so much for that. Colonel Mike Sixkel, sir, thank you. I don't know how you got your hair to grow so nice, but you got to help me out here, brother, because I remember you up at the Naval Academy. There's nothing, I've tried everything, man, everything. But you look great. Major Brandon Barnes and his wife, Shelley, thank you for joining us. We just found out we were neighbors in the neighborhood. Keep your kids off my lawn. And Brandy, thank you for being here so much. Yeah. Anybody I missed at the table? Just a round of applause. They're the center of attention for tonight. Okay, just really quick. This week, General Skalenka hosted all of his general officers and sergeants majors. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to run them down the list real quick and just introduce everybody. Most of these general officers are. It's kind of interesting because this is the time of the year where they're between notifications, confirmations, and everything else like that. I'm not bound by any legislative affairs or anything else like that. So if I screw it up, and you get held back, I apologize. Major General Keith Reventlow, sir, you here? Good to see you, sir. Commanding General Marine Corps Log Command, thank you. Major General Jason Woodward, sir, thank you. We were just having a conversation. Woody, where are you? There you are. We were just having a conversation. He was getting ready to retire, and now he's packed for sunnier shores, right? So good for you. Can I say that, or is that? No. All right. Good. Wow. I hope you don't have to retire now. Holy cow. Holy cow, that's too bad. That's too bad. Major General Andy Niebel? No? Maybe? No. Okay. Yeah, this is so weird. All right, so anyway, it's good. Major General Brian Wolford. Brian, finally, it's the longest serving Marine in the Pacific. probably about 15 years until we haven't seen him. It's the first time we've seen you like in 15 years. I don't know what the hell. But he's coming back home here hopefully soon. Brigadier General Robert Meade, sir. Good to see you. You're another neighbor of mine too, huh? That's right. Take your dog off my last. Okay. Brigadier General Nick Brown. Nick, where are you? Good to see you, bud. Brigadier General Lauren, Eddie, you out here? Lauren Edwards? Good to see you. Brigadier General Mike McWilliams. I'm not going to say what's next for you, so we'll just keep it good. Brigadier General Omar Randall. Omar? Hey, Omar, good to see you. Good to see you, bud. Brigadier General Maura Hennigan. There you go, Maura. Brigadier General Kevin Collins. Kevin, I know you're out here. There you are. Brigadier General Joe Katz, 4th MLG. Joe, good to see you, bud. And Brigadier General Ralph Rizzo. Ralph, good to see you, Ralph. Okay, those are all the generals, right? Did I miss anybody? If I did, stand up, embarrass yourself. Okay. Okay. And those ranks will probably change here in the next couple of months. So ahead of confirmations and notifications and all that, I wish all of you congratulations and wish you all the best in your new assignments. We also have here a lot of sergeant majors. So sergeants majors, I apologize for not calling you out individually, but thank you so much for being out here and honoring us with your presence. SES Anna Smith, I know you're out here too. Anna, right there. Good to see you, Anna. Jim Rubino, are you here? Hi, Jim. How are you? Good. I'll just leave it at that. Jim Rubino. That's all I said. I didn't say anything else. I just said Jim Rubino. And today is Jim's birthday. So, if you will, happy birthday, Jim. Good to see you. You don't look more than 50. All right. Is that everyone? I think so. Okay. So, in the House, we have a lot of retired general officers. And so I will quickly go through that if you allow me to. Lieutenant General Dennis Krall, Lieutenant General Ted Banta, Lieutenant General Del Alford, I believe, Lieutenant General Rob Ruark, Lieutenant General Dave Beidler, Major General Dave Maxwell, Brigadier General Dave Reese, Rear Admiral Jim Lobodine, and Rear Admiral Randy Peck. And if I did not call you out, I apologize in advance. So round of applause for all of our... I'd also like to welcome Susie and James Linkowitz. Are you here? All right, good to see you again. This is now second year, correct? Second year. The Linkowitz family is here in memory of their father. Again, another individual who really shaped all of us. And for all of you that have been associated with Nick Linkowitz in the past, you know what I mean. No matter where you traveled in this last century in the logistics community, if you didn't know Nick, excuse me, then quite frankly, you weren't involved in logistics. So thank you for continuing to live on his memory and being here with your presence. So thank you so much. We have a special group of Marines here tonight, and so if our TBS lieutenants could stand up. So you are all, I suspect you are all 04XX selectees, right? Okay, good. All right. So, in case you don't know, these are the generals that you'll be working for. For those, please sit down. For those of you that don't know, lieutenants go to TBS. They're given their occupational specialty. In years past, probably it's changed, I'm sure, but in years past, those of us who fell at the bottom of the 250 got logistics. So what you're looking at right there is the bottom of the crew, right there. No. No, I'm sure they're all in the top half, so go ahead. All right. So thank you so much for being here tonight. Welcome, and I know that you'll enjoy yourself in the Marine Corps as you go forward. Okay, to our corporate sponsors, and we have a lot of them tonight. again, we've spent a career trying to distance ourselves from our industry partners because our lawyers talked to us and said that we shouldn't be too close to them and anything else like that. And I will tell you that I, for one, had that wrong. And I say this at every one of our events. We cannot go where we need to go with our force to develop the capabilities that we need to fight the future force, to meet the challenges that we meet today without the partnership that we have with our industry. And nowhere else is it more evident than one of these events. And so thank you for all that you do to continue to allow us to be able to sponsor these events. So a round of applause for our sponsors. Tonight we have a couple of new sponsors to add to our list. I'd like to thank Tag Up AI, Government Employees Health Association, Verkada. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we hope to see you in the future at some of our events. If you pick up your pamphlet, please, and we'll go through that as always. You'll see that as you open it up, you'll see Riki Ellison's bio there. You'll see the agenda on the facing page. At the bottom of the bottom of the facing page, you'll see the QR code for Modern Day Marine, which we will host in the Washington Convention Center on the 28th through the 30th of April, where we have an expectation of about 10,000 attendees at the event. It will be a really great event. So, welcome all of you to be there. On the other pages that you see our award winners, both the military, the Marines, as well as our civilian Marines, and then the installations. And if you follow that all the way to the third page at the bottom, you will see that there's a QR code there that really, if you take time to read through those citations, you'll see why we're recognizing those Marines. Upcoming events, you can see we're going to be pretty busy here in the next couple of weeks, if not months, and then we're followed by our sponsors that we hold so dearly throughout the year. Before I call up our chaplain for the evening, I'd like, if you are a family member of one of the awardees, please stand. Thank you so much I know a lot of you have traveled a long ways to be here. Thank you so much for the support and love that you give to your Marines. Without your support, this would not be possible. So thank you. And now at this time, if I could please ask the Chaplain Henson to come up here. It's like looking at it. Is it Chaplain Henson or is it Lieutenant Commander Henson? Okay, all right.
Please pray with me. God, we come to you tonight and ask that you bless us with your presence in this place. We thank you for those who have gone before us to facilitate, plan, and prepare for this great evening. And we pause to honor our institution, our nation, and our awardees. God, we ask right now that this food that has been prepared for us will strengthen and nourish our bodies, and that you will bless our time together. But tonight we ask a special blessing upon each and every awardee, and we ask that you give them a sense of honor and pride as they are recognized and receive their distinguished award. We pause and thank them for all that they do tirelessly and often unseen to ensure our installations, our logistics are all handled with care and diligence that is required. We know that no fight can happen without supplies, without planning, and without locations. So we thank you for sending those with great skill to support. God, be with those tonight serving in harm's way, and be with our leadership as they lead our great nation. In your name we pray, amen.
Even the chaplain understands the value of a good logistician. So thank you. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your dinner. We'll see you soon. Thanks.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, please make your way to seats and silence your cell phones. We'll begin in 5 minutes. I got it, sir. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can I please have you take your seats? All right. Good evening and welcome to the 2026 Installation and Logistics Awards Dinner. I am Chief Officer 5 Jason Pierce, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies this evening. Up front, let me be clear. I cannot fill Jerry's shoes tonight, but I will try my best. I would like to recognize Stacy Reno, who talked me into this, and she's getting promoted on Saturday. She said if I did a good job tonight, I might get promoted again too. Thank you. Tonight we will recognize the accomplishments of the active and civilian Marines across the Marine Corps Installations and Logistics Enterprise. The award citations and biographies for each award are available on the Marine Corps Association website. In the program, there is a QR code that you can scan to access the information. Thank you, Lieutenant General Schrody. You were my favorite DCINL. The Marine Corps Association team, the Renaissance Hotel staff for putting this amazing event together. Please join me in a round of applause. At this time, I would like to invite to the podium my favorite DCINL, the Deputy Commandant for Installation and Logistics, our boss, and rock star, Lieutenant General Stephen D. Sklenka.
Yeah, you know, I was actually gonna say, all right, thanks, CW04, Pierce. I'm just wondering what, you know, it's a good thing we got Tom like at that table over there. Hey, good evening, everybody. How y'all doing? It is a thrill to be here, and I really want to thank all of you for joining us on such a great night to celebrate the you know, some extraordinary people out here. But you know, before I get into remarks, and I'm going to make my remarks as brief as I can down the line. I'm not going to do the Chuck Schroeder Comedy Hour. I don't think anybody can replicate that. But I do think it is important to you know, keep in mind you know, as we gather here at this great event, we've got Marines and sailors, soldiers and airmen, guardians and Coast Guardsmen in harm's way right now, fighting out in CENTCOM. They're safeguarding our freedoms, and they're representing the very best of what our nation encapsulates, in my view. And I humbly ask we think about them tonight, say a little prayer for them, and it's just I think it's a reminder just how serious this business is. And as I say this, and you know, I know many of you may have a family member in the same position, but Chuck, you know, we know your daughter's heading out that way with the MU, and thanks for her service. And to all the Marine sailors, the organizations, the family members, civilians who came out here to be with our honorees tonight, what a great message that's sending, the support that it's sending to the honorees. It's a really wonderful thing to see everyone. We had a nice event this morning in the Hall of Heroes in the Pentagon, where we were able to really have a little more intimate setting, and it was great to meet all the family members and the folks who came out from the units for this event. Of course, I got to say thank you as always to the Marine Corps Association. Yet another fantastic event that they put on. Specifically, I'm not so sure you are my longtime friend anymore after those comments, man. But in all seriousness, longtime friend and mentor Chuck Schroeder, President, CEO. In all seriousness, you are the epitome of persistence and drive. It's your vision here that I think ensures that the force is recognized, and you help us, the Deputy Commandants, really recognize our top performers. And it's great to be able to provide that level of affirmation, not just to them, but to their family members. We're tremendously grateful to you and your team. Leanne and that whole crew is, wherever you are, Leanne. Oh, there you are, right in front of me. As always, fantastic with the team. And you guys are the epitome of what we call servant leaders, so thanks a lot. I also want to express deep gratitude for the sponsors and the companies who support this great event. I know that General Schroeder has already done that, but I also want to say thank you as the co-host of this thing. Look, all this is made possible by your generosity, your support, and your patriotism. And please don't think for a moment that that's overlooked. You know, we're grateful for that. There's a whole litany of folks here who I should probably give by name, but it's going to take forever if I roll down that Rolodex. But I do want to bring to attention to some folks in particular that may have been mentioned earlier, but I think deserves additional mention. Colonel Tom Mannion from the Travis Mannion Foundation, of course, and father of the namesake for our Marine Logistician of the Year Award, Travis Mannion. His daughter, Ryan, who's also the CEO of the Travis Mannion Foundation, Travis's sister. And, I told you this last year, Ryan, we know your mom and Travis could not be more proud of what you've done with that wonderful organization. Thanks so much for it. We really mean that. I am one of those who was tremendously influenced by Nick Leakowitz. I first met him when I was a captain when we called it Amphibious Warfare School. He is the Yoda of our community. One of the deepest intellectual thinkers I've ever met. It was he and Frank Hoffman. Sometimes I couldn't get the two. I would get them confused. The level of thinking that they did together with their writings and their commitment to teaching and educating us, we could not be more grateful for that. He is the namesake for our Marine Civilian Logistician of the Year. I know that his daughter, Susie Linkowitz, Roller, I believe, is here. James, his son, is here. And an old friend, that's you, Roy. It's good to see you. Also, I think Jason talked about Stacy Reno. Where are you, Stacy? Raise your hand. There. Why'd they put you way in the back? You're the one who's organized this thing for the last three years or so, along with the Marine Corps Association. Thanks so much. Congratulations on your promotion, by the way. The ceremony's going this Saturday. I heard about that, so thanks for the invite, by the way. And I'm told that, not told, but I think they've actually been getting paid for about 2 weeks at least now, so, which is good to see. So it's good to, congratulations to you. And I'm going to tell you, I am exceptionally grateful to have the opportunity to serve alongside, the women, the men and women of the INL community. This is a force that to me represents the very best that we have in our Corps. Much of what they do every day, it receives scant formal recognition, but I can tell you that every single aspect of our Corps is impacted somehow by the actions of the folks throughout the INL community. We've got this everywhere from the strategic echelons of our supporting establishment to the tactical edge of our operating forces. It's their tireless efforts that turn concepts into capabilities, that turn plans into mission success and enable us to prevail. And they're doing it right now out there in the Middle East. They're doing it down in Southcom, they're doing it out in Indo-PACOM, and they're doing it all over the world. The breadth of challenges that we face every day, it's truly eye-watering. I can't even begin to list them up, but you talk about seminal challenges such as figuring out how we maintain our ability as a Corps to rapidly close a combat credible force. That's a signature calling card for our Corps. That's what's made us our name in the eyes of our fellow citizens. And it's become increasingly challenged through the proliferation, I think, of emerging tech weapons that are designed explicitly to deny our ability to rapidly close that force in those combat and contested spaces. Yet maintaining that ability, that is fundamental. That's a fundamental strand in our Corps' DNA. It's what makes us who we are. It's part of our ethos. And it's expected and demanded by the American people that we still sustain that capability. So we need to, that's a challenge that we're working to continue to maintain. We got challenges also, such as keeping our installations safe. They're no longer the administrative garrison sanctuaries that they once were. Again, you've got increasing complexity of cheaper and autonomous weapons that make this thing more of a wicked problem than it ever was. We got challenges such as sustaining a force in an environment where the economic costs associated with doing that they're tough to deal with. It requires us to do, as I said, last year, we got to think, act, and operate differently. And all of that is working within the defense industrial base that has its own set of challenges. There's a whole host of issues out there, but as I stand before you, I can tell you this: the very best minds are working this. They're working to answer all this. I got 38 years in this gun club. I'm gonna tell you, there's no other period when I've been prouder to be associated with such a truly talented and selfless group. We've got some exceptional leaders out there. I think about our General Officer Corps. I think of guys, General Andy Niebel, General Woody Woodworth, General Keith Reventlow. I've got some civilian leadership in Jahani Deal. I got Keith Westrup running small business. I got my front office. I'll tell you, I have the best front office in the Department of War. It's led by Matt Mulvey, Colonel Matt Mulvey, our executive assistant. But I've got Lieutenant Colonel Melanie Salinas, Major and soon-to-be Brandy Sublé. I got Captain and soon-to-be Major Ryan Gallagher, and of course, Major George Mercado. These are guys that keep our trains running upstairs. And I've got an awesome crew downstairs, down in Albany, and at our installations. We've got the best MOG commander crop that I've seen in my time as a Marine. I got General Omar Randall, General Maura Hennigan. I got General Kevin Collins and General Joe Katz. We've got regional installation commanders, again, who have truly understand the significance of our installations and how they support our operating forces. General Nick Brown and General Ralph Rizzo, General Brian Wolford, three of the best that you'll find. Those guys, those commanders, They truly inspire not just their organizations, but our entire Corps. And it's through their innovative thinking and their commitment to our Corps and their selfless leadership that I think has really enabled us to continue to prosper and be successful. So look, when I say that I'm truly humbled to serve alongside you, you heard all about these folks. If you were standing where I am, you'd be humbled too. And one point that's been hammered home to me over the past year and a half is this. This really is I and L. It's not I or L. It's not I and LCE. It's more so than at any other time, at least since I've been in. This symbiotic, mutually reinforcing relationship between the operating forces and the installations. It's on full display. They both enable each other. They both rely on each other and depend on each other. I think the advent really of modern warfare is showing us that this is a reality that we're dealing with today. We're still going to be in cases where our operating forces are the supported effort, and they'll be supported by some of our installations. But we're rapidly getting into a place now where we're going to see an increasing time where our installations are going to be the supported effort, supported by those operating forces. This reality is yet another instance where we're going to have to wake up and recognize that we have to think, act, and operate differently. So in the spirit of thinking, acting, and operating differently, I'm going to shift to the guest speaker. I'm going to shift to this guy. We're going to hear about the extraordinary performance of our phenomenal warriors here in just a minute. But let me take a minute or two to introduce you to Mr. Riki Ellison. My good friend, Riki Ellison. I've had the great privilege of knowing Riki for several years now. We first met when I was in IndoPACOM. This is a leader, a true leader in every sense of the term. He's the chairman and founder of the Missile Defense Advocacy Alliance. For years now, that's been the leading voice in confronting the missile threats we all face and in driving for the deployment and the development and the evolution of missile defense. He's presided over hundreds of missile tests. He's conducted almost 1,000 U.S. and allied visits and bases. He's advocated for missile defense in all 50 of our states and 34 nations. He's the visionary behind the creation of these of at least 2, if not a third coming up, academic executive programs. His SHIELD program has produced over 100 graduates, many of whom have gone on to become the leaders in the missile defense enterprise nationally and globally. That alone, I think, would be enough for him to have the honor of being our guest speaker and our guest of honor. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. I thought that I Forrest Gumped my way through life. Riki has Forrest Gumped his way through life. He moved here to the United States from Christchurch, New Zealand. He moved here when he was in high school. Now, Riki comes from a long line of rugby players. His grandfather's brother was the first captain of New Zealand's All Blacks. Those of you who are ruggers know what I'm talking about. When Riki arrived to the United States, he didn't really know a whole lot about football. Remember, he came in here as, I think it was a junior. Didn't take him long to pick it up, though. Within about a year and a half, he's leading his high school, the Amphitheater High School, to the Arizona State Championship. Not bad for someone who just started off, a year and a half in playing football. But it gets better. Riki then went on to the University of Southern California, where he played linebacker under the legendary coach, John Robinson. I say legendary. I'm an SEC guy, but even I knew about John Robinson. Won a national championship with him, won 2 Rose Bowls. Where are my Notre Dame grads out there, my Notre Dame folks? Raise your hands. Where are you? Yeah, you don't want to put your hand. Yeah. Riki's greatest accomplishment, he'll tell you, is this. He never lost to you. Undefeated against Notre Dame. I think, however, the greatest accomplishment that he had in there was he was voted by his teammates to be captain of USC. Again, about 5 years learning football at that point, and he's captain of a national championship football team. He then goes on and makes history, becoming the first New Zealander to play in the National Football League. And he didn't just play, he started. He was a starting linebacker for 10 years with the San Francisco 49ers and where are the Raiders these days? Are they in Plano or something? Or they moved around again, I think. But at the time, they were in L.A. Along the way, along with his national championship and his high school state football championship, he collected 3 Super Bowl rings with the Niners. He went on, after that, he became head coach of T.C. Williams High School, their football team. You're right down the road here in Alexandria. You guys remember what T.C. Williams High School is famous for? Yeah, remember the Titans. That's Riki. Inducted into the Polynesian Football Hall of Fame. has one of his sons also had a distinguished NFL career. And I think in one of the coolest full circle moments for Riki and the Ellison family was just this past week, his cousin, Tamati, was named Maori All Blacks captain. I mean, this is a pretty impressive resume as it is. But as impressive as all that is, I think perhaps his most unique accomplishment was when he, Joe Montana, Ronnie Lott, and Dwight Clark were backup singers for Huey Lewis in the News. I'm not making that up. Now think about that backup group. These are true legends. You've got Joe Montana, considered by many to be the greatest quarterback ever. Joe Katz, I know and all you Bostonians are going to lose your minds, but it is what it is, buddy. But, you know, you had Joe Montana there. Ronnie Lott, considered by many to rival Dick Butkus as the toughest player to ever play the game. And Butkus never cut off half his finger at halftime so he can continue playing. Ronnie did. Dwight Clark, who made what is thought to be the most consequential catch in the history of football. So consequential, it's named simply The Catch. Delivered to him by Joe Montana. So when you hear the song, It's Hip to Be Square, I'm not kidding. You've got Riki, Joe, Ronnie, and Dwight up there doing backup vocals, you know, with the whole little 80s look that you guys had, you know, your mullets and all that stuff. All right, try to drive that image out of your head. But yeah, Riki has led a pretty fascinating life. He has boundless energy. If Red Bull was a person, it would be Riki Ellison. You know, to top it all off, his bride is not here, but if you met Heather, you'd know that he clearly outkicked his coverage with that one. Four children, 8 grandchildren. I'm going to tell you and Heather and your family, you embody the American story, in my view. And that's a big reason why we asked you to come out with us. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to introduce a phenomenal teammate, and mentor, and human and good friend, Riki Ellison.
I don't know if I can live up to that. It's an honor to be with Warriors at the right place at the right time for the right reasons. It's gratitude to the flag officers here. And like Steve said, our bases forward operating are struggling and having defensive capability at counter-US level is a huge gap and challenge for our nation and the world. And they are fighting with what they got. And there is a revolution in warfare. There's a revolution in acquisition. And we have to be able to have cheap mass against cheap mass autonomy. And there will be a new command, an autonomous command. That is coming. That's how we're going to have to fight. Not a component. I'm talking about a brand new command, both offense and defense. You're part of this movement that is happening right now. But I'm getting a little too serious. I just, it caught my attention because of the logistics that you do and the force-based protection that you do out there. Okay, so I want to talk to you about dream making and manifestation, because I think that's what America is best for and what we've all done in making dreams happen. And there are really only 4 things that you have to do to make any dream happen. They're hard, but just 4 basic things. The first one is complete belief and faith, and in love completely in your dream. Any doubt, your ass is out. Hard to do, hard to do. Second one is courage. And that courage to believe in your dream starts inside your own head. Your courage to be able to fight those demons or the negative inside you first. And then the courage to step out and believe in a dream nobody else will support or whatever. But courage is a very hard thing to do. Third thing, which you master, is grit. You show your ass up no matter what. No weather, no nothing. And the last thing is winners associate with winners to win. You get in cauldrons of winning, and you don't tolerate non-winners. So I can talk about it, but I'm going to back it up. And it's pretty cool that we're here, because 40-some years ago, I first came to Crystal City with my football team in the January of 1984 for the NFC Championship game against John Riggins, Theismann, and your beloved Redskins. And everybody has an excuse, but we lost that game. It doesn't matter. Life's not fair. Refs aren't fair. Weather's not fair. But after that game in this city, we as a team, this is my second year, decided to win the world championship. Right there, right here. And our team, like your team, very diverse. We have players with 8th grade education. We have players from all sorts of America. And that culture, that belief, and that desire drove us for the 18 games that we played that year. And resilience makes you great. And the best part of being a world champion is having that feeling of invincibility amongst your teammates before the conflict, the combat, the game. That's when you own it. And then to be able to break the will of your opponent. And you can feel that, and you know it. And to do that together is a very special feeling. And again, right place at the right time. We were in Palo Alto for the Super Bowl, the first time they ever played a Super Bowl at the hometown of the team. And this was the coming out of Apple. This was Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Gates, and newly a second-term president, Ronald Reagan, did the first coin toss. I mean, it was badass. And San Francisco led the culture of Silicon Valley, hit that, momentum, energy. And the president moved his inauguration for that game, and we won that game. I'm gonna go right back to you, Chuck. Defense wins world championships. You better have some badass linebackers that disrupt to do that. And so, and one more thing, a Marine is a person that got me into missile defense. A Marine. And I'm telling you, you are the most respected service. You are. Just think of the history. And for the Brits at that time, when we had that revolution, respected you so much. They didn't burn your place down. You own the services. You're the maneuvering force on that. So I came over here in 1968, and I got moved to a cowboy ranch in Rimrock, Arizona. 2 million acres, a river, 7 horses. Nearest town was 20 miles away. Went to a one-room schoolhouse with 1 teacher, 1st through 8th grade, Indians, cowboys, and ranchers, only about 10 of us. But I had one of you. I had the former of the ranch, who was a Sherman tank commander under Patton in World War II. And that leadership, that grit, that salt, at 9 years, maybe 12 years old, took me to the Rose Bowl. Never seen football in my life. Went to a Rose Bowl in Pasadena. 100,000 people, didn't know anything, was with him. I wrote on a piece of paper, I would start for USC. I'd beat Notre Dame. I'd go to the Rose Bowl. I'd win a national championship. And I'd marry a USC cheerleader. That's the fact. Those are facts. And I'm at a one-room schoolhouse. 5 years later, 17-year-old, and I had another Marine that ran me through the desert in high school. Used to train with him. Can't handle him. 17 years old, I was the first ever to start at USC, a football scholarship. Best linebacker in the country. Beat Notre Dame. And Joe Montana always remembers that. Went to the Rose Bowl, won the national championship, and fell in love with a song leader that's the mother of my children. So this stuff, I'm not big, I'm not fast, strong, right? This is real. That is manifestation. And getting at the right place at the right time, because you've got to have the courage to do those things. My football team had 2 Heisman Trophy winners, 4 NFL Hall of Famers, and 32 of us in the NFL. That was our team. And practice was legit. And it all comes down to leadership, because you only follow, and you should always only follow the person that can make the right decision at the right time under extreme pressure for the right reasons. Decision-making athletically separates you from high school, from college, from NFL on that. And so at SC, we were so big and badass, we only had 3 plays. There was no complication. There was nothing. It was just boom, boom, big man on big man. But I couldn't have, shouldn't say, I wasn't that smart. I was put on probation for my calculus class. And I ended up walking into this is 1980 or 79, into Dr. Edward Teller lecture with Dr. William Bill Van Cleve, who was Ronald Reagan's national security advisor, U.S. Marine, one of the smartest Marines I've ever on the SALT I negotiation team. And they were fired up and movement then to withdraw from the ABM treaty and do an offset for the MX missiles. And that offset was the Strategic Defense Initiative. And our class, and Bill Van Cleve and Teller, as you know, was a lead for Reagan on this. This is 1980. This is 3 years before the announcement. And we were putting in 10 PhDs a year, a network, and I got into that right then. I believed that the world would be safer with missile defense. And it was, as you all know, very politicized argument, arms control argument. And then in 1983, the month before my graduation, Reagan does a SDI speech, and I'm connected, I'm in with Reagan to work in policy. And then I got drafted to the NFL with Bill Walsh. And it's kind of cool thing here, because the Dallas Cowboys, I never lost to those son of bitches either. But, you know, it's all you guys know all this stuff. Algorithms and your data stats. and those combine. That was the first ever combine. That is combine. Dallas with Tom Landry and those guys. We run all this stuff, and they measure you to their best players in those positions. And they told me, Tom Landry told me I would never play in the NFL, I'd never play with the Dallas Cowboys. And I was with Roger Craig, who just got inducted in the Hall of Fame with me. And we played, and we never lost to those guys and won 3 Super Bowls. So you don't mess with measurements too much on that. It's hard. It's hard. So I got drafted, and then I come into a system which was probably the most innovative system ever in the history of football, I would say. Bill Walsh, out-thought, out-prepared. And my playbook went from 2 pages at USC to 800. And he did all the algorithms, the percentages of what the offense is going to do on every play, and you had to put that. But it was a phenomenal culture. It was a culture where you gave everybody in the unit and the team gave the ball to the quarterback because you knew the quarterback was going to win. So everybody moved that. During my off season, I didn't think I was going to play long, so I went to Huntsville, Alabama, and got a job with Julian Davidson of Von Braun, and they hired me back to Lockheed Martin in Sunnyvale, where I worked on the exo-atmospheric reentry interceptor system. And I visited the White House during my off-season, the Hill, and went after missile defense. My career of 10 years, and if you can survive as a white guy in a Raider locker room, you can survive anything in the world. And that was also a completely different culture than the 49ers. You still won. So culture, part of it. I get here, I get involved with Senator Stevens and Senator Inouye during the late 90s to be able to get resolutions across the states to put a missile defense system back in play. 2001 happens, the National Security Council calls me in, the White House calls me in, said we're gonna build NORTHCOM, we're gonna create NORTHCOM, we're gonna create an MDA, we're gonna create cruise missile defense for the capital region, and we're gonna drop 6 GBIs in the ground in Alaska. And this country doesn't like missile defense, and we want you to advocate. And so I created the Advocacy group 20 years plus then. And so now I swing to last year when the President of the United States put forward the executive order for the Golden Dome. And 1 month later, nothing was going on. The Pentagon was blocking it, R&E, all that stuff, all the deep state stuff. They called me in. I've been in the White House 20 times since that date. Last week, we got that right. We disrupted. We didn't let the deep state take it, didn't let the building take it. We put Mike Guggenheim in front as a Schriever. And it's about leadership and culture. And we fought all the memos, we fought all the stuff with authorities to get that in place. And it's a great fight, and we're winning that fight. And you're gonna see a C2 system that's never been developed before, ever. That's gonna combine all our services, gonna combine everything to move data across the globe, to process that data in AI and give it to effectors. That's happening, and we will have a capability in 28, and we will have a space-based interceptor tested, proven in 28. We'll have the NGI layer, the GBI layer will be there, we'll have an under layer, and we're gonna use containers, man. We're gonna play the game here. And then we're gonna have limited area defense sites, but we're going all out to defend this country. We also are doing the European Eastern Flank Deterrent Line, where we're figured out from those lessons learned 3 years ago with Ukraine to be able to have passive, unclassified sensors acoustic to pick up Shahad drones, put them in the cloud, create fire solutions for a 50 cal $5 bullet to shoot that down. And they're doing it. They've done it for over 2 years. And we brought that. I brought that directly to Arnie, to the COCOMs, and they killed that. They put it in Death Valley. Unbelievable. You start calling people's asses out because you can't win this way. Look what happened. Your fixed sites, you can't even defend a fixed site. And it's bullshit. It's a culture that's got to be changed. That's why they've got to have a couple linebackers here. And it has to change. We have to change because they're smart and they hit the gap that they know we don't have, counter UAS. But it's coming. I'm just, that's being put in play to move forward on that. So there's a lot. I'm just rambling a little bit on how important that you are shifting to a new era of warfare. And it doesn't really matter what those technologies are, because we got them. We got all that. It's the leadership and the people. It's the culture that's there. And that's what you're doing here tonight. You're recognizing your great ones. That's endearing culture to the Marines and into the legends that they are, and to their troops and to all of us. So I think that's about it for me. Thank you for giving me the time to speak. Steve, thank you for letting me come up here and go off cuff with no notes. I'm not a quarterback, so thank you.
At this time, will Lieutenant General Schroeder, number 2, and Lieutenant General Sklenko, number 1, please join Mr. Riki Ellison center stage to present the awards. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with sincere pleasure that we get to recognize the achievements of the Marine Corps' outstanding active and civilian Marines and units across the logistics enterprise. The presentation of the evening is the Marine Corps Civilian Logistician of the Year. This is the 3rd year that the name of the award commemorates the memory of Mr. Nicholas M. Linkowitz, who passed away in January 2023. This award recognizes the Marine Corps Civilian Logistician of the Year. After serving for 10 years as an active duty Marine, Mr. Linkowitz became a federal servant positioned at Headquarters Marine Corps Installation and Logistics, where he worked until he retired in 2018. Over 44 years, Mr. Linkowitz had a hand in almost every significant USMC warfighting development from mid-1980s through the 2010s. Known as Log Yoda to many, Mr. Linkowitz's career left an indelible mark of mentorship and professionalism on the INL team and can be summarized by the mantra, do as much as you can for as many people as you can. The sponsor for the Civilian Logistician of the Year award is Google Cloud. Google Cloud supports the critical missions of our military and national security personnel around the world by providing them with the most secure, reliable, innovative cloud solutions. At this time, I would like to invite Mr. Dominic Peralta from Google Cloud to assist us in presenting the award. The Marine Corps Civilian Logistician of the Year is Mr. Luis Rodriguez. Mr. Rodriguez served in key leadership roles within the Distribution Management Office, Marine Corps Air Station Miramar. He liquidated over $4.6 million in transportation invoices, managed stores for 552 deployed Marines across 43 sites, and produced 1,980 high-priority shipments totaling 1,700 tons of materiel, including classified and ordnance items, while maintaining 0 security incidents. Please join me in a round of applause. Thank you, Mr. Peralta, and congratulations to Mr. Rodriguez. Next, I would like to present the Marine Corps Installations Command Civilian of the Year, sponsored by Marine Federal Credit Union. Marine Federal Credit Union is committed to serving communities of Marine Corps installations. Our employees understand the needs of military life and apply that to helping members financially. The Marine Corps Installation Command Civilian of the Year is Dr. Alicia Bell. Dr. Bell served as Family Advocacy Program Manager, Behavioral Health Branch, Marine Corps Community Services Directorate, Marine Corps Air Station Cherry Point, Marine Corps Installation East. Dr. Bell demonstrated outstanding leadership and professionalism, resulting in enhanced departmental effectiveness and installation readiness. Under her guidance, the team managed 130 incident cases and delivered 515 preventative classes and briefings to over 12,000 patrons. Please join me in a round of applause. Congratulations to Dr. Bell. The next presentation is the Marine Corps Enlisted Logistician of the Year, sponsored by Oracle. Oracle supports the Marine Corps logistics community with worldwide informational technology solutions to leverage uniformed logistical capabilities. I would like to invite Ms. Tamara Greenspan from Oracle to the stage. The Marine Corps Enlisted Logistician of the Year is Gunnery Sergeant Sergio Bautista Rocha, who served as Logistics Chief, Marine Special Operations Company Bravo, 1st Marine Raider Battalion. Gunnery Sergeant Bautista Rocha displayed exceptional technical mastery and leadership in support of 3 Marine Special Operation teams, a direct support intelligence team, a company headquarters during an intensive training workup and combat deployment. He enabled the company's insertion into austere outstations in East Africa and directed critical resupply during an enemy attack in Somalia. Please join me in a round of applause. Thank you, Mr. Greenspan, and congratulations to Gunnery Sergeant Bautista Rocha. Next, I would like to recognize the Marine Corps Installation Command Enlisted Marine of the Year. This award is sponsored by MSC Industrial Supply, a leading North American distributor of metalworking and maintenance, repair, and operation products and services. Representing MSC Industrial Supply is Mr. Reg Rowland. The Marine Corps Installation Command Enlisted Marine of the Year is Master Sergeant E. Hinton.
We gotta wait for this.
Nope. Master Sergeant Hinton demonstrated outstanding leadership and professionalism, directly enabling superior airfield services in support of 1MEF and Marine Corps Installations West. Master Sergeant Hinton orchestrated support for multi-week exercise with the Army's 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment and integrated theater-level command and control systems, linking the 613th Air Operations Center with the Wing Combat Operations Center to enhance operational coordination. Please join me in a round of applause. Thank you, Mr. Rowland. Congratulations to Master Sergeant Hinton. Next, I would like to recognize the Marine Corps Logistics Small Unit of the Year. This award is sponsored by Targeted Approach. Targeted Approach is a veteran-owned, service-disabled small business with over a decade of direct support across the Department of War for the Marine Corps, sister services, and the Joint Staff, providing targeted solutions for unique problems. Targeted Approach brings subject matter experts for logistics, supply chain strategies, strategic analysis, continuous process improvement, and capability development in support of the warfighter. Targeted Approach is represented by Mr. Joe Bishop. The Marine Corps Logistics Small Unit of the Year is Logistics Support Team M, Marine Special Operations Company M, 1st Marine Raider Battalion, Marine Raider Regiment, Marine Forces Special Operation Command. The 12-man team provided direct logistical support to Special Operation Forces and Philippine partners, executing over 900 ground movements, 1,440 flight hours, and 15 maritime resupplies, transporting more than 9,500 passengers and 280 short tons of equipment. During a 5-week hostage rescue contingency, they delivered 24-hour logistical support that enabled ground, boat, and helicopter assault forces while maintaining constant vehicle asset readiness. Here to accept the award is Major Jedediah Thomas and Mr. Tyler Hibbard. Oh, we're all through. The next award is the Marine Corps Installation Excellence Award, Air Station. This award is supported by Cherokee. Cherokee Federal is a team of trusted government contracting professionals capable of building innovative solutions to solve complex problems. We operate globally, addressing issues in immigration, national security and intelligence, cybersecurity, healthcare, logistics, as well as construction management and engineering manufacturing. Our business serves the Cherokee Nation tribe with 100% of our profits dedicated to building a brighter future for tribal citizens. Cherokee is represented by Ms. Cassandra Price. The Marine Corps Installations Excellence Award Air Station is Marine Corps Air Station Yuma, Arizona, Marine Corps Installations West. During FY 2025, Marine Corps Air Station Yuma enabled large force exercises that certified thousands of personnel while maintaining a perfect safety record. Marine Corps Air Station Yuma deftly managed a $150 million facilities budget with a 99 execution rate that funded critical infrastructure improvements, including new barracks and modernized training facilities. Here to accept the award is Colonel Jared Stone and Commander Matthew Evans. Please join me in a round of applause. Thank you again, Cherokee, for your support, and congratulations to the members of Marine Corps Air Station Yuma. We will now present the Marine Corps Logistics Large Unit of the Year. This award is supported by Knowledge Management. Knowledge Management is a minority-owned small business enterprise specializing in the areas of logistics, enterprise information technology solutions, financial management, intelligence analysis, and threat assessment, data analytics, operations research, and cyber AI. Knowledge Management is represented by Brigadier General David Reese, USMC retired, and Kurt Scholl. The Marine Corps Large Logistics Unit of the Year is 3rd Supply Battalion. During FY25, the battalion reorganized to optimize sustainment, health services support, and advanced manufacturing for distributed maritime operations, supporting 4 major multinational exercises and establishing a combat logistics support area at full operating capability within 6 days. The battalion projected combat power throughout the first island chain by deploying 29 maintenance support teams, managing 32 million rounds of ammunition, and conducting over 1,100 missions, delivering 13.4 million pounds of cargo. Here to accept the award is Lieutenant Jesse Shook. Please join me in a round of applause. Thank you, General Reese, Mr. Scholl, and congratulations to the members of the 3rd Supply Battalion. The next presentation is the Marine Corps Installation Excellence Award, Ground Installations. This award is sponsored by Dominion Energy. Dominion Energy is committed to serving our customers and the communities where we all live and work. Just like those we honor this evening, we take our mission very seriously and are dedicated to delivering reliable, affordable, clean energy and protecting the environment. Mr. Jeff Gasparini is here to represent Dominion Energy. The Marine Corps Installation Excellence Ground Installation is Marine Corps Camp Base Butler, Marine Corps Installation Pacific. Marine Corps Base Camp Butler provided unparalleled mission support to 3MEF, executing over $90 million in modernizations that accelerated exercise timelines by 15% and ensured operational continuity through multiple typhoons. The command's strategic energy upgrades generated $3.9 million in annual savings, reduced power restorations by 40%, and improved quality of life for 18,000 personnel. Here to receive the award is Major General Wilford, Colonel Mark T. the Com Boss Walker, and Sergeant Major Ortiz. Thank you, Mr. Gasparini, and congratulations to the member of Marine Corps Base Camp Butler. Next is the presentation of the Marine Corps Logistics Organization of the Year for Innovation. This award is sponsored by Anglicotech. Anglicotech supports smart, secure, and resilient supply chains for national defense. Colonel Hank Lutz, USMC retired, is here to represent Anglicotech. The Marine Corps Logistician Organization of the Year for Innovation is Supply Management Unit, 3rd Supply Battalion. During FY25, 3rd Supply Battalion became the first Department of War entity to link advanced manufacturing with established supply systems, eliminating ghost chain processes, restoring traceability to manufactured parts, and streamlining return to inventory procedures to improve delivery timelines and material readiness. Representing the unit is Captain Carlos Hernandez, former CWO 3010. Thank you, Colonel Ellison. Congratulations to Supply Management Unit, 3rd Supply Battalion. I would like to present the Marine Corps Installation Command Officer of the Year. This award is sponsored by CACI. CACI modernizes, implements, and supports the supply chain systems the Marine Corps relies on to be mission ready, and was a key part in supporting the Marine Corps' achievement of the DoD's first clean audit opinion. CACI delivers innovation at the speed of mission. At this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Grant DeMola from CACI to assist in presenting the award. The Marine Corps Installation Command Officer of the Year is Chief Warrant Officer 2 Daniel A. Jensen, Food Service Operations Officer, Marine Corps Installations Pacific, Marine Corps Base Camp Butler. Chief Warrant Officer 2 Jensen demonstrated outstanding leadership and resource stewardship, managing logistics for 14 mess halls across 3 nations and overseeing $18 million budget that provided 3.5 million meals to service members. He rapidly implemented solutions to expedite procurement and transfer of mission-critical equipment and served as a key advisor for multi-million-dollar construction projects enhancing force protection and future readiness. Please join me in a round of applause. Thank you, Mr. DeMola, and congratulations, Chief Officer Jensen. Ladies and gentlemen, our final award for the evening is the First Lieutenant Travis Mannion Award. This award recognizes the Marine Corps Logistics Officer of the Year, named in honor of First Lieutenant Travis Mannion, who gallantly gave his life in service to his country during Operation Iraqi Freedom. On April 29, 2007, First Lieutenant Travis Mannion and his fellow Marines were ambushed while searching a suspected insurgent house. As he led the counterattack against the enemy forces, Travis was fatally wounded by an enemy sniper while aiding and drawing fire away from his wounded teammates. His courageous acts allowed every member of his patrol to survive. For his actions, Travis was awarded the Silver Star and Bronze Star with Valor, immortalized the words, "If not me, then who?" I would like to invite Colonel Tom Mannion, USMC retired, and Ryan Mannion to the stage. The First Lieutenant Travis Mannion Award is sponsored by V2X and RTX. V2X transforms operations and sustainment for government and commercial clients worldwide through operational support services, training, and converged environments that integrate physical and digital infrastructures. RTX has developed and continues to advance a portfolio of sensors, command and control systems, and effectors designed to detect, defeat complex threats across the battle space. Representing RTX is Mr. Ryan Curry, and representing V2X is Mr. Greg Fritsch. This year's First Lieutenant Travis Mannion Officer of the Year is Captain Angel Ramirez, Logistics Officer, 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit. Captain Ramirez cannot be with us this evening as he is forward deployed in support of Operation Epic Fury. Though he's unable to attend tonight's ceremony, we proudly recognize his accomplishments. Captain Ramirez synchronized complex logistics support operations across the Indo-Pacific for major multinational exercises and force certification events. He oversaw completion of over 150 urgent logistics requests during deployed operations and spearheaded the integration of new capabilities, including amphibious low-profile vessels, tactical resupply UAS, and water purification systems. Accepting the award on behalf of Captain Ramirez is Colonel Mannion. Please join me in a round of applause. Thank you, Colonel Mannion, Ryan Mannion, Mr. Curry, and Mr. Fritsch, and congratulations to Captain Ramirez, who I believe is online. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our awards and presentation ceremony. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to the one and only Lieutenant General Schroeder for closing remarks.
Ladies and hold on a second, hold on. Let me have a camera. Check his social media feed tomorrow, all right? You're going to see something. I don't know what you're going to see, but you're going to see something great. Riki, thank you. Thank you, truly. The passion that I heard was evident, and thank you for your leadership and guidance in this very complex and delicate area. I know that your efforts are going to pay off for all of us, so I thank you for that. Thank you so much. Steve, I thank you. Again, you took it easy on me, so I really thank you about that. But thank you for all you've done to advance the logistics in the United States Marine Corps over these 38 years, and not just in this time as INL, but also throughout this time, your time in the Marine Corps. Thank you. To all of our families who've traveled far, thank you. Thank you so much again for continued support. Captain Ramirez, as I said, is forward deployed. We are live streaming for him and his family so that they can benefit from our presence tonight and see exactly what their son has been able to do. And so, as Steve said, please keep everyone in your prayers and thoughts. It's important. And to all of you, I wish you all fair winds and following seas, and we'll see you at the next time. Thank you so much.